This is probably going to be one of those videos where I talk too much. Oh, who am I kidding? I always talk too much. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Weekly Dose of Sunshine, the channel where I provide you guys with tips and tricks from my own personal experience on how to become the happiest and brightest version of yourself. And in order for us to make that happen, today we will be battling sadness head on, which I know is a shift in energy since I'm usually pretty bright and cheery on here, so I would hate to kill the mood. But this is such an important topic, and we need to acknowledge that not every day is going to be sunny. And that's okay. Life is meant to be filled with highs and lows. And believe me, just like I'm sure you can relate, I've had my fair share of lows. But it's important for us to learn how to cope with them. That way we can make sure that we bounce back and experience a lot more highs. So today I will be sharing with you guys 3 ways to overcome sadness. These are the 3 tips that I personally have found work best for me, so I'm hoping that they will help you as well. So let's jump right in. Tip number 1, feel through your sadness. I personally feel like we try to drown out our sadness through overworking, substances, other people, etc. Or we simply straight up drown within our sadness by listening to depressing music, shutting out the people who care about us, feeling like we'll never be happy again. You get the point. And as I'm sure you know, neither one of these is exactly a good approach to dealing with negative emotions. The only way to overcome your sadness is truly by embracing it and working your way through it. How do you do this? By releasing. There are obviously several ways that you can release sadness, but here are the ones that I found work best for me. You already know. Coming in at number 1 is journaling. It helps so much to write out everything that you are feeling. And if you haven't seen last week's video, it is actually a full walkthrough on how journaling can be used to help combat negative emotions. So also go and check that one out. Another good way is through music. I love listening to songs that just express everything I'm feeling for me. Third, talk with someone you trust. For most of my life, I've had a really bad habit of shutting other people out when I get upset or sad. Because I'm afraid that when I rant about my problems, I come off as a burden or annoying. Or worst of all, like I'm weak. But I have found that there is so much comfort and power in being able to lean on those you trust. On being able to find that safe space where you can release your emotions instead of bottling them all up inside. And then lastly, if you feel like you have no one to talk to, honestly, just crying, screaming, punch your pillow, hold yourself, and really just let it all out. Because there is no shame in release. My second big tip for overcoming sadness is learning how to put yourself first. Once you learn how to feel through your sadness, and you may not even let all of it go, but you can ensure that it doesn't impair your ability to function when it comes to your day-to-day life. This is where you can start to put yourself first and really take the time to heal and focus on you. Don't be afraid to put school or work on the back burner for a little while. Don't be afraid to shift deadlines, reschedule plans, or even cancel prior obligations that you have made. This doesn't make you flaky, weak, or unreliable. Instead, it's giving you the time you need to address the darkness that is currently surrounding you. Once you start to learn to put yourself first, just start doing everything that makes you feel good. Sleep until noon if you feel like that's what you need. Don't be afraid to spend days just baking and watching your favorite show on Netflix. Hit up the gym, partake in your favorite hobby. Really indulge a few days, even weeks if you need, to help put yourself back together. And that's not saying throw all your obligations out the window, but understand that when you put yourself first and you allow that time to heal, you will be better equipped to show up in the other areas of your life. Then for tip number 3, learn to live in the present. When you focus on your sadness, you're focusing on something that's already occurred. Usually you're sad because a relationship or a friendship didn't work out, because you didn't get into your dream school, because your life's not going according to your perfect plan. Maybe you don't have the relationship you wish you had with your parents. Maybe you're stressed out about school or your financial situations. I feel like often our sadness is a trap we put ourselves in. We live in this constant loop of what could have happened, what should have happened, what might have happened, what we wish would have happened. But at the end of the day, what's in the past is in the past. And what happened happened for a reason. It's what shaped you and brought you to where you are today. And while some part of you might hate where you are today, that's because you're stuck living in the past. Does any of this make sense? If you learn to be present on where you are in your life, if you pour your all and notice the beautiful things that are occurring around you, like how the sun's shining today, the cute puppy you see when you're out on your walk, the nice stranger who holds the door open for you at the grocery store, the gorgeous iced coffee you made yourself this morning. When you start to really learn to live in the present moment and acknowledge how far you've come, acknowledge all of the beautiful, wonderful things that are happening around you in the current moment, your sadness lessens because you remove the focus from all the bad things that have occurred to you. Grief is definitely heavy, and this could be a long process. I know I've said it in videos in the past, but it really took me 8 years to overcome the core of my sadness and shift forward. 8 years to learn that it's okay to be sad. 8 years to learn how to really feel through my emotions. 8 years to learn how to put myself first. And quite honestly, probably until only about the past couple months, to learn how to really live within the present moment. Dealing with things like this is never easy, but I'm hoping this video helps you make sure that it doesn't take the same 8 years that it took me. As a side note, I will be doing individual videos for each of the 3 steps I talked about today, just because there's so much more I have to say about each and every one of them. I just try not to get too wordy so I don't take up the entirety of your guys' Sunday. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. If you found today's video to be helpful, please drop a like and share it with someone else who you think it would benefit. Go out there and have an absolutely sunny week, and I will catch you back here next Sunday. Bye!